how can we enhance our joint flexibility to continue enjoy the things we do every day? Joints enable us to move freely, and there are many joints in our body, from our ankles to our knees, our hips, our shoulders, our wrists, fingers, toes, our spine. They're all joints. So what can possibly go wrong with them? And what can we do about them? In Malaysia, 1 out of 30 Malaysian adults suffer from high uric acid, or is known as hyperuricemia, but in more common terms, it's simply gout. So 3% is the number, and that results in some 900,000 or close to 1 million people having gout. And the CDC has also reported that arthritis are on the increase as population grows and ages moving into the future. So it's time for us to take a look at this and see how we can help ourselves. So talking about gout, what is gout? Basically, gout is a form of arthritis that's caused by excess uric acid that gathered in our bloodstream. And that eventually will lodge itself as crystals in our joints. Typically, it would lodge into our big toes, our ankles, and our fingers. And the pain can be excruciating. It's just like having thousands of pieces of tiny broken glasses in your joint. Can you imagine trying to move with that? It will be extremely painful, and you'll be like on fire. Now, how does gout come about? It starts with consumption of high purine diet. And when this is being digested, it will be broken down by liver into uric acid, and the uric acid would eventually be excreted through our kidneys. Now, if we have taken in too much purine in our diet, or if our body is just not efficient enough due to aging to process all that, then the excess uric acid will remain in our bloodstream and eventually find its way into our joints and lodge there as crystals. And that's when gout happens and your joints starts swelling up that way and give you all the pain. When it comes to food that contain purine, what are they? Well, let's be aware of them if you have gout. It's alcohol of all types, red meat like beef, pork, mutton, and seafood like shrimp, mussels, anchovies, sardines, and lobster. Wow, those are things that many of us would love. And then organ meats, well, like liver, kidney, heart. So be careful for those of you who love this. And even plant-based foods, there are plenty of them that contain purine that can cause a gout attack. From oatmeal to wheat bran, mushrooms, green peas, spinach, asparagus, cauliflower, kidney beans, dried peas, beans, and lentils. And when you have an attack like that, it can last for 3 to 10 days. So you better take care of your food. And what about arthritis? What is arthritis? Arthritis is the swelling and tenderness of one or more of our joints. The main symptoms of arthritis are joint pain, stiffness, which would typically get worse when you get older. And the most common types of arthritis are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. So what is osteoarthritis? It's the most common form of all arthritis, and it occurs when the protective cartilage between the bones starts wearing off over time. And that can happen to your hands, the joints in your hands, your knees, your hips, and your spine, like this. So when that happens, when you have lost all your cartilage, the pain will be like putting your two knuckles together and try pushing and rubbing one another. can you imagine that pain? And the heavier you are, the bigger the pain will be. What about rheumatoid arthritis? Now, rheumatoid arthritis is slightly different in the sense of what triggers it. It's actually an autoimmune disease caused by your immune system mistakenly becoming overactive and mistakenly attacking your joints and causing chronic inflammation to them. So it often occurs in the knee, hands, fingers, and feet. So what are the symptoms of arthritis and gout? Intense joint pain is definitely one of them. Joint stiffness that normally occurs in the morning, and that can limit your range of motion, so you can't move as freely as you would love to. And joint swelling that leads to inflammation and redness. And finally, joint deformity, where your joints, when the pain is chronic enough, it will become deformed like this. Your fingers, your toes. Can be very scary. But what are the risk factors that lead to that? Definitely, we've spoken of it earlier. For gout, high purine diet consisting of red meat, alcohol, animal organs, seafood. Well, being obese too can get you into trouble because you will tend to produce more uric acids and your kidneys become overloaded. And when it's overloaded, you will have difficulty eliminating all of the uric acid from your body. And then this will start finding its way into your joints. Some of the chronic diseases also can become a risk factor, like if you have diabetics, high blood pressure, heart, and kidney diseases. Well, which gender you are sometimes also matters. For example, when it comes to gout, it will occur more often in men than women, but women will start having it after menopause, which means that there could be a play of hormones in this whole equation. But on the other hand, rheumatoid arthritis tends to happen more with women than men. And age-wise, it can happen, for men, it can happen between the age of 30 to 50 years old. And for women, generally would only develop the symptoms after menopause. Smokers, watch out, you are also at risk. And couch potatoes, so if you are not used to physical activities, start moving. So what are the nutritional answers that we have in Shaklee for arthritis and gout? And this is one whole set here that we are going to be looking at. I'll begin with ResV and Vivix. So ResV and Vivix are Shaklee's flagship products. They are the most powerful antioxidant that works on a cellular level, and it will help reduce inflammation and pain effectively as caused by gout and arthritis. It will promote bone and joint health as well, and increases energy and reduce fatigue. And this energy we are speaking of is cellular energy. And when you have energy, you start becoming active. Okay, and when you become active, some of these problems will eventually go away. And it also promotes overall good health and well-being. Next, we'll take a look at Omega Guard. Omega Guard is a good oil and it has anti-inflammatory properties. It improves joint flexibility and reduces pain. And it also reduces the wear and tear on cartilage and the degradation of collagen. And also, it reduces the symptoms of morning stiffness that you may experience, tenderness or swollen joints, and joint pain. Vitamin E complex is another component in our solution. It's a very powerful antioxidant, and all antioxidants are related to or has anti-inflammatory properties. It reduces inflammation and therefore improves arthritis and pain. More than that, vitamin E complex is also a vasodilator. It improves blood circulation in our body by dilating the blood vessels, allowing blood to flow through more smoothly and quicker. And as a result of that too, healing would improve so much more. And at the end of the day, your overall health would improve. Now, vitamin E complex also improves stiff neck and shoulders. Then the next one, alfalfa. I love this one. It's a superfood, highly alkaline, and because of that, it would normalize the acidic condition in our body that leads to pain, as in arthritis, as in gout, and itchiness on your skin, all the way to chronic problems like cancer. And because of this alkalinity, uric acid gets neutralized as well along the way. So therefore, alfalfa is actually a very effective solution to gout. It relieves arthritis, aches, and pains, and helps increase the density and formation of bone because of the fact that it contains a lot of minerals inside, including calcium. And it will help it prevent osteoporosis and the breakdown of bone cells. Then Osteonutrix, our calcium, the best calcium in the market with 99% absorption rate. It builds bone density, prevents osteoporosis, and it also improves numbness, cramps, joint pain, and arthritis. And it's alkaline because of calcium. Now, the cofactors that comes with it that enables the high absorption rate of the calcium that has been taken through Osteonutrix. There are 7 of them. Well, one key one is magnesium. It promotes the composition of bone and cartilage. And the rest of it, like zinc, boron, manganese, copper, they will help maintain skeletal metabolism and keep bones healthy. It repairs cartilage and also prevent arthritis. Next, collagen plus powder. Well, collagen usually is promoted for beauty purpose, more beautiful skin, tighter skin, elastic skin, less wrinkles as a result. But actually, it has much more function than that. It is actually the basic building block of joints. It will strengthen bones, and it would also provide support and elasticity to connective tissues such as the cartilage, the bones, the tendons, and the ligaments. And as a result of that, it will support strong bones, flexibility, and mobility, and therefore also relieves soreness. Nutriferon is yet another component. Now, Nutriferon is a fantastic and really an amazing immune system booster owned by, patented by Shaklee. It's actually formulated by the first immunologist, Dr. Kojima, who discovered the role of interferon in the front end of our immune system. Nutriferon strengthens our immune system within 3 days, and it would increase the levels of interferon in natural interferon in our body and provide immune support at the cellular level. Why are we talking about immunity boosting over here? Well, we talked about rheumatoid arthritis just now, being an autoimmune disease. This is where nutriferon will come in to regulate the immune system that has gone wrong. When it does its job well, it will reduce inflammation and promote self-healing and self-recovery ability, and therefore speeding up the healing process. And finally, Herblex. Well, why are we talking about Herblex over here? Well, when you talk about Herblex, people think about going to the toilet, okay? Now, reason why Herblex is being said or being selected here is because some of the problems that leads to arthritis and gout due to toxins accumulated in the body. So Herblex has the role to cleanse and remove the toxin, and at the same time, reduce the healing crisis that may be experienced by some people who may have experienced chronic pains before and not having taken great supplements. And when your intestines are cleansed, it will enable all the good nutrients that you're taking now to be absorbed at a much higher rate. And next, as foundation for optimum health, we must talk about the Family Wellness Program that comprises the ESP, energizing soy protein, the multivitamin Vitally, and the sustained release vitamin C and vitamin B complex of Shaklee. It promotes bone and joint health and therefore offer flexibility to us to move without pain as a result, and you reduce arthritis and gout. Helps to maintain muscle tone, tissue repair, and proper functioning of enzymes and hormones, and even the production of antibodies. And ESP provides a lot of these raw materials for that. So why Shaklee? What is so different about Shaklee compared to all the supplements you can find in the market? It's simply because it is always safe, always works, and is always green. Shaklee runs more than 100,000 tests a year on their raw materials to ensure that their products are safe, to ensure its potency and purity. Is really beyond organic. And Shaklee is the only supplement company in the world to do human trials on their products to ensure that they work and they are safe. Supplement companies don't need to do this. Clinical human trials are only needed for drug production. Yet Shaklee goes to that high level of standards to ensure the safety of their products and to make sure that it works. Now, all these are not just mere claims. They have been backed up by various third-party studies. And one of the key ones is the landmark study that was conducted by the University of California, Berkeley, to study the long-term effect of supplements on human health. And in this study, they look at three groups of people who have, the first group are people who have used Shaklee exclusively, consistently over 20 years. And the second group have used a multivitamin of other brand for 20 years. And the third group have not used any supplements. They don't believe in it. And the outcome of the study is stunning. Shaklee users come up consistently the lowest across all chronic diseases incidence rate. And they report to be the healthiest. And more importantly is the conclusion. Shaklee users take little to no medication and they rate their health better. Some 84% of people report very good to excellent health. And they have also a lower risk of dementia, some 36% lower levels of homocysteine, that is an indicator to dementia risk. And they also maintain good metabolic health. 52% have 52% lower prevalence of diabetes and better cardiovascular health. 90% reduced risk of cardiac arrest based on the omega-3 index, for example. And lastly, when it comes to inflammation, which is related to our topic tonight, Shaklee users has healthier level of C-reactive protein, some 59% lower levels of C-reactive protein, which is a measure of systemic inflammation that if ignored or not taken care of over a long time can develop into a lot of problems. Starts with a simple pain to itchiness on your skin diseases like eczema and psoriasis, and in the long run may even turn into cancer. So let's take a look at some testimonials of our Shaklee supplements as recommended. And this lady is one of our key business leaders. Her name is Sharifah Ali. She was suffering from chronic rheumatoid arthritis for years, and she has been on medication for a long time, and the medication was taking her down. As you can see her how she looked before Shaklee. And after taking Shaklee for not too long a time, her conditions were brought under very good control. See, look at her on the right-hand side. See the big difference. And when it comes to joint flexibility, well, I definitely must mention Mama Jo. At 72, look at what she can do, the way she can lipat sini, lipat sana, hang sini, hang sana, and look at how she can stand, how straight her body is. Compared to people of her age group, many would be bending over. Fantastic. She has been a Shaklee user for 27 years. And look at Master Julie Hong, who is 58 years old, and her daughter, Gwen Ko, 27. They have been users of Shaklee for some 16 years now. Age is not a factor at all. And when it comes to joint flexibility, look at how she can stretch here. And then headstand like this. I think many of us would break our neck if you try this. And look at how she can kick up like a Kung Fu fighter. And her daughter, Gwen, can hang upside down in perfect posture. And look at them when they take photos. Wow. And here you have Master CJ Yong, 62 years old. Well, she was still climbing rocks, well, a rock wall at the age of 60, all the way from the bottom to the top, without thinking a single moment of her age. How many people at that age would even dare talk about climbing up a wall? Well, sorry, climbing up the stairs sometimes, okay? Not to mention the wall. Well, flexibility is not gender biased, okay? Not only women can do that, men too. Like Master Koh Chi Chong, 58 years old. Look at how he can hang himself down this way, upside down. Look at the perfect posture he has got. And Benson Leong, younger, 34 years old. Look at how flexible he is. And finally, personally, myself too have benefited from Shaklee effect. When I went for my bone density test at Shaklee last month, I was very pleased with the report itself. It says that my bone density here is way above the average. I'm above the average young adult by 10%, and people of my own age group by 25%. Thank you very much to Shaklee. Because of that, I could lead the life of a younger person, being as active as before and doing all the things that a younger person can do. I'm really pleased with it. At my age, 56, I've been a Shaklee user for some 29 years now. Well, apart from nutrition for overall well-being, don't forget to stay sane. Sane stands for sleep, attitude, nutrition, and exercise. Make sure you sleep 6 to 8 hours a day to give your body and your joints the rest that they deserve so that they don't wear out too soon. And when it comes to attitude, take every day with great enthusiasm and positivity, come what may, including pain that you may temporarily suffer at this moment from arthritis and gout. And when it comes to nutrition, take Shaklee nutrition as recommended and take care of your diet and your weight. And finally, exercise, exercise, and exercise. Keep moving. Do appropriate exercises that suit your condition to enhance the flexibility and mobility of your joints. Take good care of your bones and joints, and they will take good care of you so that you can enjoy your life for a long time to come. And I wish everyone here to have great bone and joint health.